Hey everybody, how's it going? It's a Daily Shooter, and today I want to talk about national gun control, but from a Californian's perspective, because while I feel like a lot of other states have become a little bit more relaxed under the current administration, states like California, New York, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Illinois, we've been fighting, or at least the gun owners of those states have been fighting a non-stop, relentless, uphill battle against gun control for years, and it has not let up. So I feel like I have a little bit of perspective on the issue that I'd like to share with you. There are some observations that I've made while fighting against gun control in this state that I think could really apply and help kind of clear the air on a lot of what's going on for the rest of the country right now. Now, if there's one thing that I've learned from fighting gun control here in the state of California that would apply to the rest of the country as well, and I think it's the most important thing that I've learned, is that the anti-gunners have one tool in their toolbox that is more important than any other tool that they use. And I think it's the most effective tool that they use as well, because our government and our politicians have this same tool and same power. And that is simply one word, and it's definitions. And that is because simply redefining something can also reclassify something. So if you had a set of things that are already classified as illegal, okay, and you take something that is legal and redefine it, it could then fall into that set of classified items that would be considered illegal. So by simply taking a semi-automatic rifle, redefining that rifle as an assault weapon, it falls into a different category under the government's eyes, and that separate category could be considered illegal. And that is what they use in order to infringe on our Second Amendment rights. They used definitions. It is the most powerful thing that they have in their toolbox. And I'm seeing happen a lot right now. For instance, when you're talking about, bump fire stocks, okay, your rifle is still semi-automatic. But what they do is they redefine that rifle now, or any type of rifle that has some type of rate increasing device, as a machine gun. And by redefining it as a machine gun, and then falls under a different class of firearm that is already currently restricted, and therefore they can ban it, they can change it, they can, reclassify it and make it illegal. And it all happened because of a definition, because of a simple word. Now, the anti-gunners have been using definitions for as long as this particular argument has started, because they know that not only does it appeal to a specific political side, but it also appeals to people's emotional sides. Just hearing a certain word or redefining something as something else will change somebody's perspective of that firearm altogether. For instance, you could take a simple hunting rifle, just a simple bolt-action rifle, one shot, one maneuver of the bolt, next shot, next maneuver of the bolt, right? You have to constantly cycle the action by using that bolt. If you take that same rifle and you redefine it as a sniper rifle, it will change public opinion, it'll change political opinion, and they could simply ban your hunting rifle. For all the FUDs that are out there watching this who don't care about all the other stuff, they could ban your hunting rifle just by simply redefining it as a sniper rifle and then reclassifying it as something that's illegal. Now, the anti-gunners are always trying to evolve definitions by changing it, adding it, or kind of keeping it fresh in the public's mind. So if the word assault weapon gets thrown around too much, if they realize that people have become numb to the term assault weapon, or they're just learning better, they'll add something to it, like military style assault weapon, military style. So by redefining it as military style, they're also, again, reclassifying it as something that they think should only be used by the military. That's not what it is. It still remains a semi-automatic rifle. But however, just changing public opinion, changing political opinion by redefining it as a military style weapon, they have achieved their end game of changing public opinion and political opinion on that particular firearm. Because let's face it, okay? If you have a Beretta M92, which is just a simple 9mm pistol, that was being used by the military. It's a semi-automatic pistol being used by the military. But because it doesn't look as evil as a lot of the other stuff out there, you don't hear them saying military style pistol, military style assault pistol, or anything like that. Right now, they're going after AR-15s and semi-automatic rifles. So I guess what I'm trying to say is be careful of politicians that start using definitions that don't correctly describe what they're talking about. Okay, so when you hear somebody like President Trump talking about machine guns or rate increasing devices, know that that is a means to an end. It is not because they really think it makes something a machine gun, or that they really feel that something's a rate increasing device. If you see a politician talking about a drop-in trigger as a rate-increasing device, just know that that is the first baby step in calling it a machine gun, because it's hard to take something like a trigger, okay, a simple drop-in trigger, and saying that that's a machine gun or that converts your rifle into a machine gun. It's much easier if they take that same trigger and they say it's a rate-increasing device, and then going from there to a machine gun. It's a lot more easy for people to swallow, and people will end up believing them because they've heard in the past that it was a rate-increasing device, so being a machine gun sounds pretty natural to them. So be careful of definitions. When you see these politicians start using them and they're incorrect, it is for a reason. They're trying to change the court of public opinion so that it can more support what they're trying to do. So what we need to do on our end and how to combat that is through education. Correct people when they say assault weapon. Correct people when they say machine gun. Correct people when they say sniper rifle. Correct people and let people know that these are not actually the real definitions of what we're talking about. It's a semi-automatic rifle. It is a bolt-action rifle. These rifles already have pre-existing definitions from the manufacturer. We need to be using those. It's a drop-in trigger. It's not a rate-increasing device. It's simply a trigger. Okay, so make sure that we educate people so that they understand that this is just a simple misinformation campaign that is meant to take away our liberties and our rights. That's the only way I think you can fight against that. Just attack their definitions with the truth. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.